Good evening. Welcome and thank you for attending Abilities of Northwest Jersey's informative webinar series. Tonight's webinar, Mission to Transition, the ins and outs of Abilities Transition Services, is to provide you with information on the various aspects we at Abilities can assist you with as your child transitions from high school and into adult services. If you have any questions throughout this webinar, feel free to write them in the chat box. I'll also pause for questions. Sorry about that, I had to let somebody in. I'll also pause for questions after each type of transition discussed. There will be a question and answer session at the end of this presentation for further questions. My name is Karen Menke, and I am the Outreach and Care Coordinator for Abilities of Northwest Jersey. I am your first point of contact for any questions you have or any information you are seeking. Before we get started, I want to tell you a little bit about myself. I was a high school special education teacher in Warren County for 32 years before retiring in 2015. In 2016, I joined the Abilities of Northwest Jersey staff as a case manager, then moved on to the manager of our employment services, and now I am the Outreach and Care Coordinator. While teaching, I became the 2001-2002 State of New Jersey's Warren County Teacher of the Year, representing not only Warren County teachers, but more importantly, special education teachers. Presently, I continue to co-chair the Transition Coordinators Network of New Jersey, where I help keep high school special education teachers, child study team members, and service providers across New Jersey abreast on transition topics. I understand how challenging IEP meetings are. I've sat at IEP meetings as a teacher, a parent, a supports person for families, and as an outreach care coordinator for Abilities. So much is addressed at these meetings, it's sometimes difficult to recall everything that was discussed. Let me tell you a little bit about Abilities before we begin our presentation. Abilities of Northwest Jersey is a 501c3 agency and has been providing outstanding services to adults in Warren County for over 47 years. We're the only organization in Northwest Jersey recognized for their outstanding services for adults with autism. We provide services to transitioning students and adults in Morris, Warren, Sussex, Hunterdon, and Somerset counties, reaching over 375 individuals daily. Abilities is where choice happens. We provide services remotely, in homes, in program, in the community, on campus, or at a place of employment, all based on person-centered planning. We have 5 rehabilitation programs for individuals. We have a supported employment division. We provide community-based supports to individuals through DDD, and we provide transition services to high school students. Some of our other services include health and wellness for groups and individuals, life enrichment, behavioral and medical supports, speech therapy, sensory integration, technology, community volunteerism, music and arts enrichment, and pet therapy, to name a few. We are continually expanding and developing our program services and supports, upgrading technology, our sensory rooms, and developing our community-focused businesses to meet the needs of individuals we serve. Now on to what our program is truly about, transition services. Transition topics in your school district should include college, work, vocational schools, life skills, personal skills, finances, and linkage to adult services. While in an IEP meeting, your case manager should be addressing Social Security and Medicaid, DDD, DVR, and guardianship at least. It can also include housing and medication or medical conditions of your child. Okay, make sure they're discussing those type of topics at your transition meetings. It's very important to get that in writing and to be able to work with those ideas throughout the transition process. I know how overwhelming it is to attend IEP meetings. As a former educator, I have felt overwhelmed even at my own child's IEP meeting. We at Abilities feel it's a great service to our families to have one of our representatives attend IEP meetings so that we can explain firsthand the services we can provide to you and your child. We can also learn so much about your child at the IEP meeting so that if they transition to our programs, we already have some background on them and we can help guide you towards the most appropriate services that we offer. I understand it's scary leaving a school district and your case manager who you've been in touch with for 4 to 6 years, and now they'll not be there for you. Having us at your IEP meetings will bring a familiar face and voice to you upon graduation. We can support you through transition and the adult process. Does anybody have any questions at this time about the transition part so far? If you do, feel free to put it in the chat or raise your hand and I will try to get to you. There's an amendment to the Rehabilitation Act of 1973 that's called the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act, or WIOA for short. This act has increased opportunities for students with disabilities to practice and improve upon workplace training skills to achieve integrated employment. 15% of the DVR budget is now allocated for high school students to work on transitional skills. I am sorry, my thing is not moving for me. There it goes. Pre-employment transition services. This is a free service through DVRS. Due to the WIOA Act, students can now participate in pre-employment transition services, or for short, PREET services through DVRS. There are 5 areas for this service. These services include job exploration counseling, which includes general job exploration, vocational interest inventories, labor market information related to the student's interests, and identification of career pathways of the student's interests. There's also career counseling opportunities for post-secondary programs, which includes information about colleges and technical schools and the academic process, course offerings, type of academic and occupational training needed to succeed in the workplace, post-secondary opportunities associated with career fields or pathways, and the FAFSA forms for colleges. A third area is workplace learning experiences. This includes worksite tours to learn about the necessary job skills, job shadowing, mentoring opportunities, work-based learning experiences, including internships and apprenticeships, and on-the-job training opportunities in the community. A fourth area is the workplace readiness training. This includes assisting students with social and independent living skills development necessary for employment, communication and interpersonal skills, financial literacy and budgeting, and job seeking skills. The final area is instruction and self-advocacy. This includes learning about their rights and responsibilities, requesting accommodations or services and supports, utilizing mentors to get supports from educational staff, individuals in the employment or volunteer sites, or community organizations. As of this school year, all students eligible for the PREET services can have up to 25 hours of services in each of those 5 categories, or 100 hours in each category in a lifetime. This is a free service offered through DVRS if your child is not receiving any of the services in their high school. We at Abilities provide this training on a one-to-one basis. Presently, it is completed virtually, but in the future, we are hoping things will open up and we can provide the service to high schools or in the community. Does anybody have any questions about the PREET services? Okay, if your child is not getting employment services in their high school, they can call me and I can get it set up with DVR so that we can provide those services to your child. It definitely starts at 14 and will go through their school experiences. It's a wonderful opportunity if you are not getting those services in your high school work readiness programs or any of the programs the school is offering your child. We have a grant that's called the Priyat Summer Internship Grant. This is the third time we were awarded the grant from DVRS. The first time was 2 summers ago. It was highly successful. Last summer we had it, however, the Division of Oak Rehab had to hold on to it for a while due to COVID, and we were just offered this great opportunity again this year. This program is for high school students that will be returning to school in September. We are offering 6 soft skills training classes so that you can learn the skills necessary to get and keep a job. Then we are going to do 3 lessons on identifying careers of interest to you and what is available in our community for summer interns. Then there is a 5-week internship for the students where they are paid through the grant at $12 an hour to do an internship within their community. We do a lot of interest inventory, different types of assessments to find out what their likes and dislikes are and try their best to match them up to an internship that they truly will enjoy. 2 summers ago when we did this grant, we had 23 students participate. Of those 23, 14 of them had not only completed the internship, but their mentors had hired them as regular employees at the end of the program, or the students found a job in the community soon after the internship was over. This year, we have the opportunity to provide this internship to 40 high school students. They must be from Warren County, the West Morris School District in Long Valley, Chester, Mendham, Mount Olive, Lake Apacon, Lenape Valley, and Newton High Schools. So we cover a very large area. We still have openings for this grant. We are just starting the referral process now. So if your child is interested in learning a skill and getting paid for it through the internship, please reach out to me and I can help do whatever I can to get you into the program. A couple of the requirements include they must have an IEP, 504 plan, or have a documented disability. They must be able to work independently in the community, and they must have their own transportation to and from the job site. If they meet those criteria, all I ask for is an IEP that I can review and the DVR counselors can review, and then we get the process going. It's a wonderful opportunity. We are seeking job placements right now so that we can offer as many opportunities to our students as possible. It just is a super opportunity. If anybody has questions about Priyats or this internship, you can ask now or you can ask later. But I'm really excited about this opportunity, and to be able to offer to 40 students this summer is going to be an unbelievable feat. The STAR program, it is a employment program, a pre-employment program we have at Warren County Community College. High schools can send their students to us for a marking period or for a semester or for the full year to learn soft skills that they need to get and keep a job, and then go out into the community for one-to-one job sampling opportunities. The college closed down their bookstore last year, but there was still a great need. So we at Abilities felt that we could have our students and participants in our various programs actually work in the store to learn some retail skills. This program is a great opportunity for young adults to expand on their employment skills before leaving high school. We also offer this program to adults through DVR and through DDD budgets. The students really feel like they are integrated into the college. They eat lunch in the cafeteria. We've had college students come in and help mentor in the classroom. It's just a great opportunity for especially the older high school students that need something a little bit different than being in their high school for multiple years. So they're learning the soft skills in the classroom, they eat lunch in the college cafe, and then they're out in the community learning the job skills. Transitioning into our day programs. As I said earlier, we have 6 day programs. Schools generally look at their students as they transition off to college. Sometimes they'll look at the workforce, but we at Abilities also realize transition is important for the students as they transition to their adult programs. Abilities offers students and school districts the opportunity to allow the student seeking day programs after high school a chance to transition to one of our 6 day programs. Presently, the programs are working virtually, but we do have students transitioning into our programs through this method with the hopes that when we open up, they'll have in-person sessions soon. This is a great opportunity for your students to have a smooth transition from their high school into an adult program. The transition can take place for a few months or a whole year, depending on what your child needs to adapt to changes. When I was a teacher, I had a student that transitioned to Abilities. It took us 2 years to do the transition properly. He had a real hard time with change. So he started out 1 day a week for a while. Then we gradually increased it to 2 days a week, then 3 days a week. By the time he hit his final year of high school and the last few months of high school, he was at Abilities 5 days a week, so that when he graduated, he had that smooth transition into the day program and it was seamless. There was no problems for him. Everybody knew him. It was just a great opportunity for this person and also for the family. And for us, we really got to know him well. SLE. Many of the high schools have SLE programs. It stands for Structured Learning Experiences. It's now called WBL, or Work-Based Learning. This is when students go out into the community to job sample and they begin to explore the world of work. We at Abilities have provided this opportunity to school districts that do not have this program in their high school, or their schools, or at schools where they do not have enough support staff to help all the students productively. The Department of Education has strict guidelines for this program, so Abilities and the high schools must follow the guidelines to a T. Recently, with the changes to the SLE to work-based learning experiences, it really hasn't changed the format, just the name of the program. This program needs to make sure that job sites are safe and they follow all workplace laws. We then collaborate with the schools and create a written work training plan to be followed. Our coaches then go to the job sites and work with the individual students to help train them for the jobs they are sampling. Our goal is to offer the students 3 to 4 different job sites within a year so that they have multiple opportunities and they don't feel that they are stuck in one job sampling site as a career. We use person-centered planning to identify the job sites the students are interested. We never want somebody to feel they are just stuck there. We want them to have a say in their placements. Are there any questions so far about the transition to our day programs, or the structured learning experiences. Project Search. Project Search is a new program for us this year. We work collaboratively with Sussex County Educational Services Commission, the Division of Vocational Rehabilitation, DDD, and the Atlantic Healthcare System to provide a wonderful learning experience for students in their final year of high school at Newton Medical Center. Project Search is an international program where students learn employment skills directly in a facility for 1 school year. In this program, the students spend about 2 hours a day working on their soft skills that they need to get and keep a job, and then they go to their internship site within the hospital for the rest of the school day. The student interns at various locations within the hospital throughout the year, learning transferable skills so that by the time they graduate from this program, they are hopefully employed either at the hospital or in a job of their choosing. They generally do 3 different rotations so that they have a good feeling of the different job possibilities. Our job coach is continually exploring employment opportunities for these students in this program from the time they start the program until the time they graduate. It's an ongoing process. Even after they graduate, our job coaches are working with them, either supporting them in the new job site that they may have obtained or continually helping them to seek employment. We don't just say, okay, the program's over and now you're on your own. It's a continuation of services. We make sure everybody is moving along smoothly. Out-of-school youth employment services. This is another service through the Division of Vocational Rehabilitation. There's times when a student may drop out of school for one reason or another, or students graduate from high school and they're unsure of what they want to do. So we have a program called Out-of-School Youth Services. This program is just like the pre-ETS employment services we discussed previously. However, it's for youth that are out of school. They're for students between the ages, or adults between the ages of 16 and 24. This program right now is virtual. However, we do the internship in person. We have a grant going on right now for out-of-school youth. It's called our RISE program. It runs for 3 months, where students that are between the ages of 16 and 24 and are out of high school, they will come to virtual classes with us 4 times a week for 4 weeks, learning all the soft skills they need, including some financial literacy, transportation options, and the on-the-job skills that they're going to be needing. From there, we take the interns or the adults out into the community to explore 4 different job sampling positions within 2 months. So they're at a job site for 2 or 3 weeks, learning skills and then moving on to the next job site just to get a sampling. While they're in those job sampling sites, they are paid minimum wage, $12 an hour through this grant, so that they are earning a paycheck and they can feel proud about the work they're doing. All along through this program too, our job coaches are continually seeking employment, looking to see what they're good at, what they're interested in, and helping them apply for positions, going out on job interviews with them, and then if they land the job, our job coaches are there to do intensive job training, and then they start to fade away to do some long-term follow along with them. It's a wonderful opportunity for people that have graduated from high school and those that have left school for one reason or another. Our next session starts in June. However, that session is already filled. We will have another session beginning in September for the out-of-school youth. So any high school student that is graduating in June is eligible for this grant, or anybody that has left school prior to June. But it is another great opportunity for students and adults to learn a career.